What is going on, Flesh and Blood fans? I am back. This is the first time I'm back streaming. I'm AJ with Adventure Company Gaming. We're out here at the Collective here in Altamont Springs, bringing you the last Armory before Vegas. I'm super excited for Vegas. I think everyone else who's watching the stream probably is also super excited, whether you're going, whether you want to see what does well. I'm super excited for it. And we're starting out with kind of a banger round for round one here. We have Alex from Tolarian Dropouts and Rob from Tolarian Dropouts. This is just the way Jem decided to pair it. I did not choose this pairing. I chose this for the stream table, but I did not choose the pairing itself. Super hyped for it. Super excited. It's been a while since we've had these two guys on together on the stream, and I'm super excited for it. If you guys are watching out there, please share this around. Let's get to double-digit viewers sometime in this stream. I'd be super excited about it. Fest hype, yes, I'm so excited, dude. Super ready and happy to get this going. And with the resub, thank you so much. Thank you. Of course, that helps us so much. Brewtab Cast, sorry I can't join you guys there. Would very much like to have a beer with you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be super awesome. Wish you could join for sure. But hey, we're just glad you're hanging out with us today. Make this a little bit bigger. And yeah, we're gonna have 5 rounds cut to a top 8. So we have 8 rounds of Flesh and Blood coming at you today. All high-level competition. All players who are, this isn't for a whole lot. I mean, we're playing for the chain kit, which is super awesome. We're playing for prizing and pack, but a lot of this is testing, right? I think a lot of this is gonna be like the last competitive event you get to really play in, because we got a lot of high-level players down here in Orlando / Altamont. So this is like your last hurrah to really get some good, testing against people who are from wherever and how they actually play in real life, and just super excited. And again, thanks for hanging out with us. Like I said, share this around. Let's get this up to double digits today. It's just me in the booth today, so as much people chatting and hanging out with me would be super awesome. Feel free to chat it up today. Looks like we have Alex on chain. He's been kind of back and forth on what class should you play, and we're kind of chain is just that good of a deck, and it looks like Rob is gonna run Bravo. Bravo is kind of the chain killer. I think if you're looking for a deck that's had its best successes against chain, I think that would be Bravo. I could be wrong there, but everything I've seen, it seems that Bravo definitely has the better matchup versus chain. Just shuffling up here. I might have to run out and ask them to get a life counter on stream. I know Alex doesn't usually like doing that, but I think Rob doesn't mind too much if I can get that on stream for you guys. Otherwise, I have to try to manually figure out what life is. Oh. What's going on? I'm back here. We got the life counter on stream for you guys, so it's just a little bit easier there. We see Rob starting out with just making a seismic surge token, gonna swing the hammer. Pretty standard turn one there for Bravo. I think going first and getting that seismic surge token is really helpful for the Bravo player. And like one less turn with a shackle from chain, right? So really good there for Rob to be able to go first. You see Alex start with the seeds. We're just going to play a Seeds into a Nebula Blade here after the Shackle. Nice thing about this, you do make it a 4, which is kind of that break point, but it looks like Rob has that traditional Chinese Fate Foreseen. Does the same thing as a regular Fate Foreseen, but is really cool looking. But yeah, it's just going to, that 4 defense reaction, opt a card. Fully stopping the Nebula Blade. Looks like we're going to activate the gloves here to make a rune chant. Should have 1 floating. One thing that Alex probably doesn't like, yeah, so one thing I was going to say Alex probably didn't want to do there is a lot of times against the Bravo matchup, you're setting up your pitch so that you have this really big turn late game. And pitching the Vexing Malice there is like the last thing. And of course, if you have the choice between a Shadow Averser and a Vexing Malice, I think you definitely pitch the Shadow Averser to more lean into that big turn later on. Because, I mean, think about it. Take note, if we see a Riftbind and a Shadow Averser get banished off the top together, you know it's from this turn. And that could have been a Vexing Malice, which would be much worse. So it's plays like that you guys like should definitely be looking out for in your competitive matches, or as you're playing these heroes. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, Chain's like brain dead," or Chain is able to just do like whatever. Basically, he just goes super wide, and it's really hard to block Chain. But it's plays like that that make Chain just like it gives you that edge compared to other Chain players. All right, so we're going to see the Seismic Surge pop, and we're just going to swing the hammer for 4. I think Rob might be on the blocking strategy here, try to deck out the Chain player, which is, it's a viable strategy. Hey, Muck Duck, thanks for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Share this around. That's what I've been asking people. Share it around, share it around. Let's get this up to a lot of people in chat because I am by myself today, so I want as many people to chat with. But we are starting out with a banger, like I said, with Tolarian dropouts versus each other. Super crazy here. Super competitive match.
Who's winning?
So far, it's pretty even. Alex is winning by 3 life. Or no, I'm sorry. Alex is losing by 3 life.
We're both playing the same thing.
No, Alex is on Chain, which is
Then why do you have them both as Tolarian dropouts?
That's their team.
Oh.
Yeah. So Alex is on Chain, and then Rob is on Bravo, which is a Guardian. So Alex is on a more aggressive deck, and then Rob's on a much more controlling deck.
I hate control.
It can run pretty like it's like a. He can also do like a lot of really big swings, kind of like a green deck would. The only difference is that like in this matchup, you're definitely going to be on the control route because you're trying to deck out the Chain player most of the time.
That's brutal.
The last Chain I played had a double Art of War turn on me. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Chain, his chance of winning goes up like exponentially for every Art of War they actually get to play. So yeah, I think this is one of those matches where I think not a lot's gonna happen for a while, and then all of a sudden towards the end of the game, it's just gonna be like big play, big play, big play from the Chain player. Actually, interesting to see that Alex blocked that there. You don't see a lot of blocking from Chain players.
There's no like hand disruption in this game, right?
There's a few things. It's not as prevalent as it would be in other games. Like Bravo, for example, has a card where if it does 4 or more damage, the other player discards 2 random cards.
Ah.
But that's like they only have 3 of that card.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and it's usually you save like a way to block it so that doesn't happen. But like that is very disruptive. We're getting more in the next set though. Absolutely.
Oh jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, there's that.
Fuck.
I thought they were.
Wonder is this match will go all the way to deck out? I think it will. I think we're gonna go down to basically the bottom of the deck, the way the two players have been playing, absolutely. If nothing changes. Yeah, Tails will definitely have more hand Destrudo. It's the wrong game, friend. But yeah, definitely more hand disruption, for sure. Alright, and Alex actually sneaking a point of, sneaking a point of damage in there. But yeah, this is definitely, Alex is setting up that pitch. He's going to try to want to get Rob down to about probably 15 life or under. Anything over 15 life and you're towards that really big turn gets really difficult to get over against the Bravo. But is this, oh my goodness, we just have a dominated crippling crush coming from Rob. This is the card we were just talking about. You want hand disruption, here it is. So dominated crippling crush. A lot of people will argue that you shouldn't dominate the crippling crush early on. But I mean, either way, sometimes you want to really get that crush effect in. Looks like we're going to see Alex block for 2, 4. He blocks for 6, still takes the crush and loses 2 seeds. That is massive there. Does not want to break the husk early. We'll see if that decision comes back here. Oh, and the shackles are brutal. 2 Mavrian Skies, but he does hit a Rift Bind. Those shackles are pretty brutal there. Well, he can only do that 2 more times, shrug. Yeah, I understand. But, like, I mean, in theory, right, the first one should have been, or not should have been, but could have been blocked by a husk to save some of that disruption. Alex chose not to, ended up burning the equipment and a card in his hand to still take the crush effect. And we just have a Rift Bind coming in, right? I believe that's just the Rift Bind because he only had 1 card in hand. 2 floating, so we're most likely going to see the Nebula Blade after this, but man, that Crippling Crush was huge there. Basically makes Alex take a whole turn off. Maybe not a whole turn, I mean, he's still getting some damage in through here, but definitely not the same turn he was going to have. Especially, he's probably going to want to pitch those seeds to the bottom, set up those big turns late game. Now he does not have 2 of those seeds for it. We see Rob deciding to block 4. Oh, I guess the Plunder Run that's in the graveyard right now was used for the Rift Bind. So yeah, so this is coming in for 4. This Nebula coming in for 4. Will make a Rune Chant if it hits. It's got that, it's always on that, when it's on the 4, it's like that break point that you have to, if you want to stop the Rune Chant, you have to give up 2 cards. So a lot of times, you either take it or have to give up 2 resources, either like a card in hand and equipment, which is what we're seeing here. We're going to see the Arcanite Skullcap and 1 card from hand, so we're fully blocking that out. Rob going to try to keep his life total as high as possible. And we just see a pitch for Swing the Hammer for 4. You know, just enough to keep, you know, you keep the chain player honest, right? You're going to say like, hey, I'm going to make it so that you have to at least do something. Like, we're going to, your life, really a chain player's life in this matchup is their deck more so than their actual life total, but you can't just ignore the life totals either. At a certain point, you get to a point where they can dominate something and just steal the game out from under you when you weren't really expecting it as the chain player. Ooh, and that is 3 hits off of 4 shackles. So we got a Rift Bind. Can't see the third one, but we definitely have a Steeping Shadows. Is that a Howl from Beyond or a Seeds? It's got that like kind of red edge. Oh, it's like he heard me. It's a Seeds of Agony. There we go. He's like, oh, hey, you can't see it? Here you go. But yeah, I definitely want to see if he kind of wants to hold on to this, or if he wants to see if he can sneak more damage in. I mean, at a certain point, it's just you gotta get him low. Seds, big seeds. Hey, there's 7 of you guys. We started with 2. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, just for hanging out and watching. Like I said, if you want to share this around, we have a couple big names here. Both the Tolarian Dropouts guys you see on the screen. We have Ryan, Steven are both really good players. Chris is here. We have just like a lot of really good players. A lot of nationals contenders here. I think probably like half the room is qualified for nationals here. So I mean, it's going to be a lot of high quality gaming on the stream today. I'll try to find something fun around like round 2 or 3. I don't know if anyone's playing anything spicy, but definitely try to find one of those games for you guys as well. Looks like we're pitching 2 reds just to swing Nebula Blade for 4. Is Rob going to give up 2 resources to fully block Nebula Blade? Thank you, Brandalorian. Thank you. Yeah, very good game so far. This is kind of how I expect most chain matchups to go. Any Lexi players? Not quite. And we're still on the chain kit, so we can't even like accidentally have a Lexi player like walk out of the room, unfortunately. So this is week 2 of our chain kit, so we're a bit behind here. But players I think are still happy because I think chain is so popular, and I think LSS maybe did that a little bit on purpose to try to save what is like kind of like the most popular, at least meta wise, for the end. So I wonder if they knew ahead of time. They're like, chain is broken. Ooh, Rob taking the Rift Bind here. He did stop the Nebula Blade, so no extra rune chant. And Alex takes 1 blood debt from the Seeping Shadows. I feel like Seeping Shadows is probably one of the most caused cards besides Husk for actually taking blood debt damage. That card sits there all the time. Costing 3 is really, really hard to get it out of your banish zone sometimes. Ooh, Alex just taking the Zealous Belting. And we're just going to swing the hammer for, I think, 6 here. That's a really strong turn. Kind of what I was saying before, where most of the time the chain player's life is their deck. But if you can start kind of sneaking in damage turns like this, you can kind of make them have to like really consider blocking. And that is the last thing a chain player wants to do. All right, so he does get 1 card out of Alex's hand. Takes 2 from the hammer. Interesting there that the helmet now is used up. Did not save it for anything later, like a crush effect or something to that effect. Looks like we got, what, 5 shackles coming off the top here. Ooh, and we miss 4, and we just get a Howl from Beyond. So we have a Howl from Beyond and a Seeping Shadows. Oh, man, he lost an Art of War, I think a Command and Conquer. Lots of really good cards there. Sometimes them's the beats with chain. Chain variance is very real. We're going to start with a Plunder Run. +3, next attack that hits will gain Go again. And a Howl from Beyond, +2. Getting that Eclipse to the bottom of the deck for that big turn as well. So our next attack is already +5. That was like a $200 banish. Might have been more, actually. So we have a Rift Bind for 5, 6, 7, 10 damage Rift Bind coming in here with Go again. So here's the moment. Do you stop this? Do you give up 3 cards? Because he might have to give up 4 cards if he wants to not have the draw effect go off. So he blocks 9 here. Oh, maybe I miscounted. I thought it was 10. Because it was 2, 3 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. think it's 10. And we just see Rob sigil and pass. Now his life is 36 to Alex's 17. But really, I think it just comes down to what gets banished. Oh, and there's where the hits start coming. I think the next turn is the one where we first saw him banish some seeds early on in the game, so we're really going to see those come out. I think the only non-attack action, other than the one that might be available to him in his hand, or seeds from Arsenal, also works. But I was going to say the Seeping Shadows, I think it was the only one known at the time. But we have a seeds and a shadow puppetry. That next attack will have +1 and have go again. And if it hits, he'll get to look at the next card and choose whether or not to banish it. I think we played a red and a blue seeds as well. And we have the Unhallowed Rites, pitching an Unhallowed Rites. So that will be coming in for, I believe Unhallowed Rites is a 4, naturally, right? Correct me, chat, if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 4. Then +1 from the Shadow Puppetry and go again. So coming in for 5, and I believe 1 seeds. And 1 other seeds is still active. So 1 arcane, 5 damage. Unless neither seed's triggered there. Interesting. We have to move to the big dice for the shackle. Oh, we're switching it around. So we have 7 shackles now. Oh, I saw another shadow puppetry in Alex's hand, but does he have enough resources to actually play everything? Another Unhallowed Rites. This one is a blue pitch. So I think we're going to put another seeds on the bottom here, if I had to guess. Now we're coming down to it where Alex's next couple turns are just going to probably be very wild. I wonder if knowing that the seed turn is coming up where like a bunch of seeds are going to come out, I wonder if knowing that maybe you keep the Rift Bind, but I don't know how many Rift Binds he has left. All right, and so Rob goes into his turn with 32 damage left, or 32 health left, to Alex's 16. And Rob's just going to swing hammer, and this kind of commands maybe even a husk block. I mean, at least a block from hand or a husk. I think if you're Alex, you have to really be considering like whether or not to block this hammer with husk, which feels really bad. It just really depends on what your hand is. Do you think you can sneak enough damage in? Because time is running out on your deck. Next turn, he'll be banishing 7 cards off the top, and it's looking pretty thin there. Alex choosing to block with an E-Strike and the last point of damage on his gloves. Excited for the new Runeblade hero. No. If it's Runeblade, I don't know. You know what? If it is Runeblade, I think it could still be really cool. They would just have to make it very different than the Runeblades we have now. Maybe slow it down a little. I mean, anything that's Earth-focused will have to... There it is. There's where we start seeing the cards that we pitched early on. He's got a lot of blood debt stacked up. But what I was saying about the Rune Blade, it's got to be, if there is a new Rune Blade, it's got to be totally different. It can't be just go wide, go fast. I mean, at least Viscerai was like different enough than Chain. But I'm still not on the Rune Blade train yet. I never bet against my man Nick. He knows things. Listen, he knows some things. I'll give him that. He knows some things. All right, so let's go back into Alex's turn here. What do we got? We have a lot of cards in that blood debt zone. He's looking to do. He has about two turns maybe to do 32 damage. And what could really mess him up is if we see a snag here. Yeah, at least Channel Thunderstep isn't go again on the hero, right? So it's not like readily available all the time. So, unless they just give it a hero ability that's like fuse a lightning card, get go again or something. What's up, Evan?
What's up, bro?
What's up? We're finishing up round 1 here. It's not looking great for Alex, but you never know what Chain.
Dude, that's how the game goes either way. You chip. Oh, that's my backpack. Womp womp. You push through some damage eventually, and then he'll get through some big ones. He's got 7 shackles.
That's what I was saying. We're getting to the. You joined at like the perfect time because this
Yeah.
is like the big turns. These are gonna be like the.
This
turns
is the one that's like worth watching.
Yeah, this one and probably the next turn, or
Yeah.
like the 2 turns that matter, like whether or not Alex is gonna win this game.
I believe in Alex.
He's got to get through 27 life and 4 cards in hand each time.
Aw, dude, he's got that. He sells his husk. He's fine.
Oh, we're not worried about his life total.
I know.
That
but-
doesn't matter.
No, it could matter because
It could.
Say for example, Rob, like, well, he has crippling crush in hand right now. He hasn't blocked this turn yet, right?
No.
Yeah, dude. So he's probably set up for the crippling crush.
So he takes 1, goes to 26.
Alex
gonna
has a
make her.
rune chant, dude.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think that's the
nutty.
first time all game that the Nebula Blade has actually done that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Does he have an action? Oh, I guess he does. How did the Unhallowed Rites have to go again?
Shadow Puppetry?
Oh, alright, yeah, true.
I think that's what it was, yeah. Oh, he takes the Arcane and he takes the...
Ooh. He's got a crippling crush in hand.
You know, either a Crippling Crush or a Spinal. Both are pretty bad for chains.
Yep.
He doesn't have a... Unless the one that's over there by his pitch zone is new, he doesn't have a token going into his turn. Ooh, and he took 5 blood debt.
That husk's gonna pop the next turn.
Oh, he's using the husk this turn.
Yeah, no,
There's no way you
debate.
don't
There's
use the
no
husk
debate.
this turn. This is it. This is why you husk.
Nick, I see you talking about a $200 banish.
Oh, you missed it earlier.
I had a
It's
banish.
like-
In this previous game I played, I banished 3 Command and Conquer, 3 E-Strike, and 3 Art of War.
Oh, we see him just make a token and use a sigil.
Ooh.
Husk still available. Not anymore. He didn't
No.
swing anything.
Well, this is probably the last turn of the game either way.
Yeah, one way or the other, this is probably going to decide who wins the game.
He has like, what, 4 cards in deck?
Just about either 3 or 4. Absolutely.
What we're going to see. Has he been stacking his pitch correctly? It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see Ursa this turn probably. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
way you don't see Ursa this turn. The question
Dude,
is,
he's got the snap.
the question is, can Ursa swing this turn? And I think that's going to be a huge difference in whether. I mean, Rob is still at 26 life. Like that is
a plunder in Arsenal though. It's okay.
Yeah, but that's a lot to get through with a full hand.
So he needs to deal about 38 to kill.
Yeah. Not.
Aw, dude, 38. He's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, that's fine. Chain's balanced, bro.
He's got like I can't really see. It's hard to tell like what's in his banish.
Yeah,
I
it's-
see a
it's-
rift
it's
bind. I
basically-
see 2 seeds.
It's basically everything.
Oh,
Just pick a card. He's got it.
He's
there.
gonna deal it. He's got it. I believe in him. We see a
no
seed.
Art of Wars.
Okay, so he's just picking out.
I think he's just lining up all the non-attack actions.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what's going on here. He's got a lot of them.
Oh, he's got a lot, dude. If he has a lot of blues in hand, this
Here's-
turn's gonna be cash money.
Here's the problem, though.
There's like one
What
other
if there's a
bind in there.
snag somewhere on Rob's side of it, like on his end? That does hurt the
That
rift binds.
sucks.
Yeah, that hurts the rift binds pretty bad here.
I don't know,
They're-
he's only-
they'll
he only-
still be
there's only-
hitting-
There's only one Riftbind though, so it's okay.
Is there only one? What's
Yeah.
the one under the Riftbind?
On Halorites.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Ooh,
there
there's
it
the
is.
first Art War.
All right, I want to listen. I want to see a red Riftbind get banished right here. Oh,
Just
that's
another-
fine.
just another
That's
Ursa.
fine. That's fine.
So this is I think his hand is like early on. We saw him pitch a Shadow of Ursa and a
What do you think you chose?
another
Here?
attack.
+1.
I think you pick Go again.
Do you you just banished Shadow Ursa? You definitely get +1.
No, I think you really need as many Go agains on this turn as you can get.
He's got 2 Seeping Shadows.
Yeah, you can't. Very unlikely you're gonna play both Sleeping Shadows this turn.
Do we have 4 cards in there? I believe him.
We'll see.
I believe him.
We'll see what happens.
I think
Maybe
he's
you got
got it.
maybe you got me. No Art of Wars. He's got to have one. Well, there you go. He had the one.
You read it.
Nick's a prophet.
Okay, he probably just go again then. That is a Soul Reaping. That's pretty epic.
He's got 3 resources now. You think those 3 resources are gonna be on his Sleeping Shadows?
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
And being on. Did he give it? Oh, he chose Artwork go again.
Yeah. Oh, time. Oh, yelling you for reporting. If you ever join a Flesh and Blood tournament, do your TO a favor, and as soon as the round is over, report either your win or your loss. I know reporting losses sucks, but just do it. It makes their life much easier. And Gem, I like the Gem accounts. If you've ever played another Flesh and Blood game, if you've ever played another card game, having to turn in match slips is awful. But Gem lets us report on our phones.
Yeah, it's pretty
great.
neat. What's his blood deck counter up to right now? 3? Or how many seeds did he play? 2 or 3?
Not paying attention.
Alright, that's at least 4. So
He had
definitely,
2
we're seeing an eclipse this turn.
Yeah, he had 2 seeds in his banished, and I don't see them anymore. So he played at least 2. Yeah. This turn is gonna be huge. It has to be. He has to get this turn has to be the turn where you basically swing that like you're gonna win the game.
It's gonna be pretty cool when he was 38 here.
Just wins the game here. Doesn't even go into his next turn.
Yeah, I believe it.
Riftbind. I'd like to. I wish. I
So
knew
that's
this.
like a lot with go again.
It's a lot. He's counting it up now.
He hasn't soul shackled yet either, so we've got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Riftbind for 7.
plus
Yeah, and then here we go. 7 and 8.
11.
10. 10.
It's a red. It's a red. Then
Oh, it's +3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 11. Wild. Oh, he takes.
Rob's just taking it. Oh, he's taking the arcane.
You're
First.
taking the arcane first. Do you go to no? Oh, he had 2 Spinal Crushes in his hand.
It's not loading. I don't tell you, Zoe.
You're killing me. Tell the stream
I
Evan's
literally
killing me.
tapped it. I don't know what more you want from me.
Oh, he'll definitely be able to play Eclipse this turn, Brandon.
You want to take my phone out there
I
so
don't.
make sure it
I'll
uploads? You're just waiting. I'm sorry, Zoe. He's definitely gonna play Eclipse this turn.
Oh yeah, I think it's already legal.
Yeah.
I think he's got there already.
Story time. I was really confused when I was in the Road to Nationals because Brandon. So we're on this one. Brandon's comments don't show up on this one. They
They
only
show up here because he's on
I'm like,
YouTube.
Where is he at? And he's like, I was like, oh my gosh, when I realized that. Crazy. Brandon, question. Why do you watch on YouTube and not Twitch?
It's got better compression, bro. Looks like Chris got
Chris
his
Colin
win.
took the W.
Chris is 1-0. Chris is killing it. He just joined the game. Like probably has like what 4 tournaments under his belt.
Yeah, dude. That's
3 of them being
cute.
armories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 armories basically under his belt and a road to Nats, and he's just out here killing it. I mean, he's playing a deck that I think is much similar to the deck he played in Pokemon, as close as you can be, where it's like
Nah.
control-y and well, he plays it like
Nah,
that. So.
I mean, I guess.
All right, yeah. Now we see the Ursa come out. I love it when Ursa comes out.
It's my favorite. You should have like an animation.
My Twitch was lagging bad. We should definitely have an animation.
Wait, is that the one where you like bite it? Oh.
What?
There's like this thing on TikTok where you can like bite the apple juice and it sounds like you're biting an apple.
That's weird.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know, dude. Oh my god, we still have more damage coming
So is
down.
he a Snapdragon and Mercy? Probably 6.
And then Ursa for
You think he's
6.
closing this out? Dude?
Like right here? I think
No, not he can't do it right here.
yeah, I
but
think
you
that's
think,
it.
do you
I
think
think
he's
that's it.
he's doing it in general? He's gonna take 4.
Oh, he's
no,
gonna take 4 blood debt. Rob has no cards in hand. 1 card in arsenal.
we'll see a pass. I don't know if it's Arsenal.
I mean, it doesn't matter because I think if it was a defense reaction, we would have saw it.
Yeah, for sure.
And Alex like kind of like just has a full hand here to go like pretty much do it all again.
Got the grip, dude.
Let's see what these. I know there's seeds. I'm pretty sure there's definitely like 2 seeds in here.
Yeah, he put one back, then hydrates. If he has a lot of blues in hand, I think he gets there. If he doesn't, that's a bit unfortunate.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
I think this game is probably on its way to conclusion here.
Dude,
I think
don't know.
Alex definitely has like I don't know that big swing turn. He's still got the Ursa to swing for 6. He just needs enough go agains. Does he have? He still has the Seeping Shadows in there, right? Yeah, I mean, he's got at least 3 attacks coming this turn.
We'll see.
Yeah, here comes the Seeping Shadows right away.
Pitches a blue for it. Gives his next attack +1 and go again if it costs 1 or less. I think we're gonna see a ghostly visit here.
The Seeping Shadows costing 3 is just so rough too.
That's kind of suck.
Yeah, but I mean, we gotta balance him a little, right?
Nah, make it cost 2. Like, dude, Shadow Puppetry is free and it does the same thing. Make it cost 2. It's fair. Did you tell Festus thank you?
I did. I hyped it.
Love you, Festus.
Thanks for the sub again, Festus. 5 months, dude. I don't even know that I was streaming for 5 months. 5 months feels like a long time.
Yeah, you definitely weren't. Festus is just a real
Oh, he's
one.
just a goat. Like somehow before, like as the channel was created, just subbed. He's like, yeah, sub it.
Yeah, dude. Wherever he's at, man. I miss him.
He should be here.
He should. So should Nick and Brandon. Stop being cringe.
So we're just gonna see Rob block for 4 here.
Yep. He took the arcane, right?
He did take the arcane.
Ooh, those rip through realities, so he doesn't have it on.
Those meet and greets and consuming volitions are gonna
Yeah,
be wild.
dude, they're going crazy. Yo, for real though, consuming volition right now would I think wins the game.
Oh, I mean, I think he just wins the game anyway, but
Nah, that one seals it, dude. Because
yeah, because it
he
forces
blocks,
the other
it
card.
forces 2 cards out of
Yeah.
hand. So
Great stream content.
see a block for 6 on the Ursa. Did you shackle that? He did, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and then
He's up to
we're-
10 shackles.
He's got 1 card.
Yeah, I just need to
Ooh.
smack him with anything else.
Well, he can't make another rune chant.
Oh, Rob does have another card in hand.
Yeah.
Does he? I don't think he has any more go again here. This is whatever the next attack is.
Oh, he has 2 cards in hand. It's fine. As long as one of those is a blood debt, he wins.
Yeah, because then he just banishes and then, yep.
Yep.
That's probably a game here. It's going to get the last card out of Rob's hand. Take the rune chant, take that, and then...
There's no. Where's the rune chant? Here,
Or I'm sorry, the seeds.
Yeah.
And then swing the last Shadow Verser. Win the game.
Nice, dude.
Alex is your round 1 winner. Dropping Rob to 0-1. Alex goes up to 1-0. And we'll be right back with more content. That game actually lasted a pretty good amount of time. So
Yeah, dude,
hopefully...
for chain numbers.
Yeah, so hopefully round 2 will be coming up very, very shortly. Like I said, guys, please share this around. Share it around to other Discords, Facebook, anywhere. Let's get it up to double-digit viewers pretty quickly here.
Please.
Please. Please. And thank you so much. Yeah, 58 damage in 2 turns. Pretty wild.
That's what I call getting outskilled.
Getting out skilled. But yeah,
Kidding,
stick
Rob.
around. We'll
Love
be
you.
right back with round 2. And thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back. What's going on, Flesh and Blood fans? We're back with round 2. Let me fix the round counter down here. But we are back with round 2. We have our RTN winner. He won our RTNs right here at the collective. Brian on the left-hand side playing Bolton. He actually won it with Bolton. Looks like he switched it up to oh, he's doing the thing where he sides with all his cards in one pile. He might still be playing Sabers.
You gotta confuse your opponent. You gotta make him guess until the very last second, just so they can't side properly against you if they guess wrong.
Yep. So, and he's going against Jeff, kind of a newish player. And he's been coming out to our events for quite a while now, but gonna be a pretty good match, I think. Jeff's been doing a lot better, doing improving. Brian, of course, he's been coming for a while now, and he's very much improved from not that he was bad or anything. That's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is, like, it's good to see the progression of these players and how, I mean, Brian won our RTN, and our RTN was like 49 players or something. Super massive, and he was able to go all the way through that and come out on top with Sabers Bolton. Looks like he was able to get himself a cold foil Bolton. He is repping the tunic of the Fando Spring Tunic playmat. And probably going to be using the tunic as well as part of his equipment.
Yeah. Ooh, does Saber, or if he's playing Sabers Bolton, he's definitely playing Courage.
Oh, you know what? You're right. If he's playing Raiden, he'll probably be playing tunic. If he is playing Sabers, which usually when you stack your stuff up, it's actually kind of a tell as well. Yeah, here comes the Courage, and here comes the Sabers.
Yep.
And we see kind of a more traditional layout for Jeff. Sorry, the gloves are a little glared up, but the gloves are going to be those breaking scales that we know so well, and yeah,
traditional ninjas. I don't know any other ninja that plays any other kind of glove except for maybe null rune gloves against the arcane matchups.
Don't know who won the die roll here, but we'll see really quick who's going first. I'd imagine both these players want to go first. I mean, Jeff would want that first tick on his tunic, and Brian would want the first opportunity to put cards in his soul.
Looks like it's Brian going first. He's about to pitch something. There we go.
Yep. Oh, we're already getting rid of Illumina Ascension. Probably just too early to see that card, but we do have a Take Flight. Probably
Take Flight's insanely. The Sabers and Take Flight against Ninja are insanely good because Jeff is, unless he's playing the more defensive Katsu, is going to have more attack actions than anything else. So every time he defends with those, Bolton's going to get +1 to all his attacks. Oh, unless he defends with an attack reaction right there.
Yep, so he does defend with a reaction that does block for 3 of all things. I mean, Ancestral Empowerment is such a good card, but the fact that it blocks for 3 is even better. We see the first Saber swing come down here. Just going to block with a Plunder Run, which also does not buff the Saber either. Bolton's effect did not turn on at all that turn.
Oh, I guess I made my words there right from the get-go. But yeah, Bolton is... or the Sabers Bolton build as an OTK is what I akin to like a far more consistent Sonata Arcanix for Runeblade. I mean, though you rely on your chess piece and you rely on setting up all these cards, but the difference is that so many more Bolton's cards gives him the one additional soul per turn, as opposed to like Viserai looking to create as many rune chants early, which is a little harder depending on the cards he has to rely on.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And, yeah, as soon as you pop off, though, like, just as long as you have that at least 2 of the Lumina, you can easily pull off an OTK.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see Brian's already using those why can I not
Refraction
bolters. He's using refraction bolters to block up on these Kodachis. Interesting enough, the thing about Brian's deck, which I think is what you're alluding to with that weight, is that he's not playing the Snapdragon Scalers. He is not self-described. He is not on an OTK version. He is not going for that big combo. He is actually just playing a version of Bolton that runs Sabers, according to him, where he's not looking to do the big 3 Lumina Ascension or like charge a card, refraction or Snapdragon Scalers, play 2 or 3 Lumina Ascension, win the game from there. He is actually just on a pressure-filled Sabers build, not using Raiden.
I think I like that better, because like OTKs are fun, but unfortunately they do have the inconsistency factor where if you spend the whole game just doing the little things to build up to that point, but then never get there before you're threatened for lethal, then, I mean, you're kind of out of luck at that point. So playing a more mid-range build, because he can still build souls, and if he's using Take Flight to attack, then he's still putting on some pressure for free, basically. Because you pitch one card, you take flight.
We are cracking Snapdragon Scalers already.
Really?
I don't know how I feel about this one. He is going to draw off the snatch. I mean, if this turn is just nutty, then maybe that's worth it. But a lot of times you want to kind of keep the Snapdragon Scalers available to you for a more pressured turn later on. He is able to crack or activate what's his name's effect? Katsu's effect here. I think there's a bit of a disagreement on whether or not he's allowed to. He definitely drew the card, and he's still allowed to Katsu here. You can choose the order. They're both on hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Snatch drew a card. I would always save the Snapdragons for either when you're trying to really threaten some hand pressure, which you really don't do early. Or if you're like doing it off of like Whelming Gust Wave or something because you have the Magenshi release or some crazy combo card that you just didn't have the first part to.
So I'm not really sure.
Did he?
So I guess he decided not to Katsu there. I wonder. I hope that the ruling that they discussed was accurate. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things where we're not actually at the table. Believe it or not, the stream table where they're playing is in a whole nother room from where we are. So basically, that's kind of what's going on here. Now, this Mugenshi release does not have Go Again on its own, and we see one of the cards, and he's got a Rising Knee Thrust and a Sink Below in his hand. So we know that this will be the last attack from Jeff's side. And he's just going to Arsenal, I'm guessing, that Sink Below, move on.
Yeah, I'm not too wild about that decision to crack Snap. Your equipment, especially when they're one-time use, are super pivotal in terms of like how you got to decide on when you can make the most of it.
Some of my craziest turns as Katsu come from like Kadachi into a Whelming Gust Wave, right? And then people are like, oh, it's just a Whelming Gust Wave. I'll let it hit. And then I let it hit because it's just a blank Whelming Gust Wave. And then I Snapdragon Scalers into like the Mugenshi and then move on. And not having that play available to you for the rest of the game here pretty early on is just, you're not threatening anything. If you just play like a Snapdragon or like a Whelming Gust Wave. Of course, you're still threatening like Razor or something to that effect. But just having those boots available to you kind of hurts not having them at this point.
Yeah, especially when, like I said, it wasn't to like bolster a like combo card or something. It's like,
we're sorry about the camera there. It looks like it's a little bit laggy. We'll try to fix it in between the second and third round if it keeps going on like this.
Can't handle all the heat. All the heat.
We do have a lot of players today. For just our Armory event, we have 24 players. 24 players here today. Which is pretty good, and we're actually missing a couple of our regulars. Collective is a great place to play down here in Altamont Springs. It's great. They give the prizings like pretty great. Brendan, everyone that I've met here